Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you the two new colours from Lisa Eldridge's Rouge experience. These are Society and the long-awaited Bohemian Cherry. And I'm going to be asking, is one of these colours actually more appropriate to be worn with a woolly hat and a scarf? So please watch on. So of the two new releases that Lisa Eldridge has given us just in the last 10 days, one I think is very wearable, and I think the other one for me is going to be very wearable autumn winter. But the question is there a way of wearing it and enjoying it in spring and summer? And I think there is. But first, let's focus on the one that I'm wearing, which is Society, which I think is the kind of, it's just a really easy colour to wear. Lisa describes it as a fresh, light, warm pink. Now, when I first saw this on social media, I was a bit reticent because one of the things she talks about is that it was inspired by Grace Kelly in High Society, and it's got that kind of nod to the 1950s. So there is a kind of vintage kind of feel. However, it's been modernised and it's what she says still feels contemporary. But I still feared the peachy corally shade that I think for me is always a bit difficult to wear. However, I was wrong. I'm wearing it now. I think it's really, really wearable. Now, I've only just literally just put one swipe on to show you. And I have used Lisa Eldridge Shape and Define. Is it Shape and Define I've got? No, it's Sculpt and Shade, I'm sorry, in 2C. So let me put on another coat on. To show you. Very wearable and no coral in sight. Yeah, I really like this. Now, I thought it was worth showing you some comparisons just in case you, like me, might have thought, is there going to be a coral, or is this 1950s thing, is it going to be a bit off-putting? But the thing is, Lisa Eldridge really understands colour. She really does. So I did buy these partly trusting her, I have to say, as well as also thinking they'd be useful for review purposes. But there was hope in my heart. Let me show you these. This is what Society looks like. I've put some comparisons, and I'm not saying these are necessarily ones that you've got in your collection, but in a way they show the true colour of Society. At the top here, I've got the two recent Charlotte Tilbury launches. This is Love Talk and this is Naughty Talk. And I think the reason why I included these is even if you don't have them in your collection, they've been all over social media. So you'll be able to compare them really with what you've seen. This is a particular favourite of mine that I wear a lot. And this is a Lancôme colour called Peut-être. I really like this. That's what it looks like. And for me, it's My Lips But Better shade, My Pinky Lips But Better shade. And the reason why I'm putting that next to it is to show you that actually Society over here isn't a really vibrant pink. It's exactly, I mean, Lisa's description, fresh, light, warm pink, is really accurate actually, because when you see this one, the Lancôme, the Lancôme looks a bit more fuchsia, which it really isn't, but by comparison you can see how lovely and fresh Lisa's is. And underneath here, it's nothing, it's not in the same family. I'm just showing it to you because this is a very popular colour. This is Lisa Eldridge's Épanoui, which is a different formula. We know it's the Baume Embrace, but again, you can see Épanoui is very much beigey, warm with maybe a hint of pink. But the Society is much more of a fresh pink. Now, the last thing that I wanted to show you was this colour, which I really love. And I wore and wore and wore, and then I lost it. And then, manna from heaven, Gucci sent me a little tester. This is They Met in Argentina, which you may or may not have used. I'm going to put a bit here. This is one of my most favourite warm, they describe it as a warm rosewood. But again, just in case this is something that you've got in your collection or that you've flirted with, especially as they're clearly giving them away as samples, so maybe it's a bestseller. I don't know. When I bought it, I was overseas and desperate and loved it, and then lost it. Society is really super, super duper wearable. She says it's got a modern, it's a warm pink with a modern twist, and that's exactly right. And as you can see it on me, I have got foundation on and I have got eyeshadow on, but I'm not doing like a full glam look by any means. Just for an everyday lipstick, really lovely. And we know these are refillable. So I bought the whole component for this one because my other one houses the lipstick I really love with it, which is Medici. And so that's always in the bottom of my handbag. So I thought it was worth investing in a second component. That's what Society looks like. There you go. And that's what it's like on my lips. Let me bring you a bit closer up so you can have a look. I'll put a bit more on just so you can see. Okay, that's what that looks like. And remember, I've got 2C as a lip liner. Really lovely, very, very wearable. I'm really pleasantly surprised. It's not that I didn't trust Lisa Eldridge, it's more that I didn't really want a coral. It's not, coral's problematic. Plus it makes my teeth look yellow sometimes, so that's not good. So, Society. And now on to the second release, which is Bohemian Cherry. I've got it in the actual refill itself, which I just want to say absolutely to Lisa Eldridge's credit. So often refill lipsticks are plasticky and not very nice, but look how nice this is. It's got its own, I'm assuming this is aluminium, little lid. I mean, obviously it doesn't look as glamorous as this does, but neither will I feel compelled to keep it in the little cardboard box, as I sometimes do if I've got several on the go. Bohemian Cherry. This is described as a deep, cool claret. I mean, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now I'm going to put a light application. I'm going to dab it on. And then I'll smooth it on with my finger. That's what that looks like. Now, I have to say, this is a colour that I will absolutely enjoy wearing autumn, winter. Question is, am I going to wear it in spring, summer? Now I know it was delayed from, well, I say I know, from what I understand, this was meant to be launched at the same time as the rest of the Rouge experience, and there was a delay in the manufacturing process. So it's come out now. Does it feel a bit wrong time of year-y, as it were? I don't know. It may depend on your skin tone, or it may depend on the look. For me, it feels like this would be too much for spring and summer. So my thoughts turn to how do I deal with other lipsticks that I love and perhaps wear in the winter and then sometimes want to enjoy spring, summer. And the one thing that I will say that I do is in the summer, I oftentimes go out with only my sunblock, particularly on holiday, glasses, and then a good lip. And I think this is probably, for me, in good lip territory. So I just wanted to show you what I tend to do with this lipstick. Now, as I said, I've shown you what that looks like. The lipstick that I have worn a lot, and I'm not even sure they make it anymore, this is the YSL Rouge Pure Couture in N11. Brun Caftan. I love a caftan. This is what it looks like, completely different, but similar intensity. Similar, not the same, but similar intensity. And what I do with this, as much as I like to wear it in the winter time, is I put a gloss over it, sometimes a pinkish gloss, and it gives it a bit more glamour, but in a summery way, because it gives it a little bit more dimension, and it's not quite so solid cashmere brown. That's the way I think of this lipstick. What I'd like to do is put this on and then show you with what it looks like with lip gloss on top, just as a different way of wearing it. But as I said, it may well be that for the look that you enjoy and the colours that you enjoy, this is absolutely perfect. I'm sure Lisa Eldridge knows what to do when it comes to releases, so she would have held back if it wasn't going to be as desirable as it could be. So I'll put some more on and let's have a look. Now there is something about this formula for me, which is there's a subtleness to it. There's not the same deep pigmentation, and that for me stops this from being super vampy, because it doesn't have that. It reminds me a bit of, although this really is from memory because actually I didn't buy it, but it reminds me a bit of the Chanel Rouge Noir whole thing in the early to mid 90s, where that really was quite more of a goth, what I see now as a goth look, and it may not come as much as a surprise to most of you that I am no goth. Oh, look how nice and white my teeth look with it, so that's a plus. But let me put a lip gloss on top. Now I can use this one, which is the YSL Love Shine Plumping in, what number is this? 06. I'm going to put it on top so you can have a look and look at the difference. There you go. So I could put some of that on top, or my least favourite of the lip oils, and I probably realise I'm in the minority, these are the Dior. I don't particularly like them. Whereas I do really like the YSL, and part of me doesn't want to waste it, but it's not a waste because it's all good. But this is the Dior, is this 03? Oh. It's one of the new ones, it's the pink. And when you just put it on, it looks like that. There's hardly any pigment, it's just the slightest coverage. So if I put some of this on top, I'm going to do it with my finger so that I don't end up colouring. Oh, that's rather nice. That's rather nice. And with a pair of sunglasses and a caftan, that's probably quite nice. I think it's improved with some gloss for spring and summer. I don't think I'll necessarily want to do this in the winter time, but in order to get the pleasure of a new lipstick now, for me, this is how I think I'm going to be wearing it. That's what it looks like for me. And that's, as I said, that's how I'll wear it now. I do like the colour, however. I like the way it's cool and it doesn't have any brown in it, so my teeth don't look yellow. And not least because I do have an intense brown shade that I like to wear, which is, as I said, this is the YSL. However, let me show you some comparisons, so what you would be getting if you were to order this, and if you haven't already. So this is Painterly, which is in the other formula, which I forget what it's called, but I will write it up here. So this is Painterly. So that's what that looks like. Now I wear Painterly a lot. I think this is my second one, actually. It might be my third. So anyway, that's Painterly. It's probably, I mean, I find Painterly really easy to wear, but that's what it looks like. There's more brown in it in Painterly. And then this is one of my favourite colours, which is Rouge Coco Flash in Chanel, and it's in Phénomène. Now I'm going to put that here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Very similar once you've got the gloss on. I mean, there's more of a claret tone to Bohemian Cherry. I always want to say Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm sorry, Freddie Mercury is just in my soul. He's in my marrow. Yeah, so Bohemian Cherry is more claret-like, but they're close. They look related. So that's Phénomène. Of course, with Phénomène, you do get this gloss, which is why I'm attracted to it. And actually, I do wear this a lot, and I have worn it a lot throughout the winter time. I do like the fact that there's a gloss to it, but it's not very long lasting. I feel this combination will be more long lasting. The Bohemian Cherry with some of the unwanted Dior lip gloss on top to give it a gloss. Because I don't think it changes the colour, frankly. I was going to show you Medici, but actually Medici is nothing like, I mean, I'll show it to you, but I was thinking of Medici only because I ordered it at the same time because I wanted a second one, because that's the one that I wear a lot. But this is Medici, but again, even though it's the same formula as Bohemian Cherry, the shade is very different. It's more, there's Medici there. The one that's the most similar is Phénomène. But actually, when you see Phénomène there is more of a reddish pink to it, more purpley colour. So that is Bohemian Cherry. I think what's lovely about Bohemian Cherry, because it's this Rouge Experience formula, which, just for the record, Lisa Eldridge describes as a dreamy, lightweight formula. There's no fragrance, and she says it's a soft, subtly luminous sheen. That's what I want to say. It's not got this intensity of a matte, vampy shade. It's much more wearable than that. And as you saw, with a light application, it's particularly lovely and light. And with a second application, as I said, depending on how you want to wear it. For me, I like a gloss. But for you, it may be just right for you. As I said, what I like about it, it doesn't have that vampy feel. It's dramatic and it's grown up, but it's not, I don't feel like I need to be smoking 40 Gitanes in the corner. A bit niche there, but There we go. So yes, now I'd like to know, what do you like from Lisa Eldridge's lipsticks? You've seen some of my collection. I do like her rosewoody warm shades and shades like Painterly, which are very wearable, and Medici. I like those, although I have got a couple of her pinks, which I do really enjoy as well. Society, I think, is going to be competing for me with both Kiss Talk, which is the Charlotte Tilbury, and Medici, because they're easy go-to shades for me. This one, as I said, it's a bit more special, and I'll definitely be trying it on with my sunglasses. So let's see what that looks like, and let's see if I look completely crazy. But actually, I'd like to think that I'll be able to walk amongst people and be ignored. Anyway, I hope that was fun. I hope that was helpful. Do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.